The average American spends 47% of their discretionary income within 48 hours of getting paid. Not on bills, discretionary. That's the money you actually had choices with. And nearly half of it is gone before the week even starts. Here's what's actually happening. You get paid, you feel rich for about 6 hours, and then life happens. A Uber Eats order here, a random Amazon purchase there, and suddenly you're 2 weeks from payday wondering where it all went. This isn't a willpower problem, it's a system problem, and systems can be fixed. I want to walk you through exactly what to do with your money in the first 24 hours after it hits your account. Not in theory, not some budget template you'll fill out once and forget. An actual sequence of moves that takes about 20 minutes and completely changes how your money behaves for the rest of the month. Let's start with the psychology, because if you skip this part, none of the tactics matter. Your brain treats money like water in an open hand. The longer you hold it, the more evaporates. That's not poetic. That's literally how spending psychology works. Researchers call it the windfall effect. When money arrives, your brain registers it as abundance, and abundance triggers spending. It's the same reason people blow tax refunds. It's the same reason you've told yourself, I'll save what's left every month, and ended up with nothing left. The money was never going to survive that long. The fix isn't discipline. The fix is speed. You move the money before your brain has time to register it as available. This is the entire foundation of what I'm about to show you. Step 1 happens before you do anything else. The moment your paycheck clears, within the first hour if possible, you transfer your savings first. Not 10% if you can manage it. Whatever number you've decided in advance. Could be 5%, could be 20%. The number matters less than the timing. You're not saving what's left. You're spending what's left after saving. That one reframe is worth more than any budgeting app you'll ever download. If you don't have a separate savings account, open one today, ideally at a different bank than you're checking. The slight inconvenience of transferring money back creates just enough friction to stop impulsive withdrawals. High-yield savings accounts are paying around 4 to 5% right now. Your regular savings account is probably paying you 0.01%. That gap adds up to real money over a year. Let's say you make $4,000 a month and you save $400. At 0.01%, you earn basically nothing. At 4.5%, you're earning around $18 a month in interest. That's $216 a year for doing absolutely nothing different except where you park the money. Doesn't sound huge, but that's on a small balance. Scale it up and it starts to matter. Step 2 is paying yourself through your bills. I know that sounds backwards, so stay with me. Most people pay bills whenever they remember, or when they get the notification, or when the due date is close enough to feel urgent. That's reactive. And reactive money management means you're always one surprise away from overdraft. What you do instead is schedule every single fixed bill to auto-pay within 72 hours of your payday. Rent, subscriptions, insurance, phone, internet, all of it goes out on a schedule you control. You're not waiting for due dates, you're deciding the due dates. The moment your check lands, you already know exactly what's about to leave. What remains is truly available money. No mental math, no, I think the electric bill is coming soon. It's either scheduled or it's yours to spend. This also does something quietly powerful for your credit. On-time payment history is 35% of your credit score. Automating your bills is the single easiest way to never miss a payment again. Not because you're more disciplined, because discipline is no longer required. Step 3 is what I call the spending bucket. After savings go out and bills are scheduled, whatever's left gets divided into 2 pots. One for the week's spending, food, gas, going out, whatever your life looks like. One buffer pot that you don't touch unless something breaks. Not a vacation fund, not treat yourself money. Emergency buffer, $200 to $300 minimum, sitting there doing nothing, protecting you from the $200 car repair that used to blow up your whole month. Here's why this matters more than people realize. Living without a buffer means every unexpected expense becomes a debt event. You put it on a card, you pay interest, the debt grows, and your future paychecks are already partially spoken for before they arrive. That's the trap. People think they're bad with money when really they just never had a buffer. One unexpected cost starts a chain reaction that can last 6 months. Once you've got 2,000 to 3,000 in a real emergency fund, that buffer pot becomes your investment contribution. But we're not there yet for most people watching this, and that's fine. Foundation first. Now let's talk about the one move most guys completely skip, and it's the one that actually builds wealth. After savings, after bills, after your spending buckets, you need to look at your income and ask one question. Is there anything I can do in the next 30 days to make this number larger? Not in a hustle culture, grind yourself to death way. I mean, is there one skill, one service, one asset, one gap in your local market that you are currently leaving money on the table with? Because here's the reality. Optimizing a $3,500 paycheck has a ceiling. There's only so much you can cut. But the top line, what comes in, is theoretically unlimited. The guys who actually escape paycheck to paycheck don't just get better at managing money, they get better at making it. So what does that actually look like in the first 24 hours after payday? It looks like spending 15 minutes reviewing last month, not to feel bad about it, to learn from it. Where did you overspend relative to what you planned? What category keeps bleeding? Was it food, subscriptions you forgot about, buying things online at midnight when your judgment was off? You can't fix what you don't see. So you look, you identify the one biggest leak, and you decide one specific thing you'll do differently this month. Not 5 things, 1. People fail at financial resolutions the same way they fail at diets. They try to change everything at once. It's overwhelming, and by week 2, they've given up entirely. Change one thing this month. 1. Let that become the new normal. Then change another thing next month. This is how habits actually form. Now, the subscription audit. Do this every single payday, not once a year. Pull up your bank statement from the last 30 days and look for recurring charges. You are almost certainly paying for something you forgot about. The average American pays for 4.2 subscriptions they don't actively use. That's somewhere between $40 and $120 a month, depending on what they are. Cancel anything you haven't used in the last 30 days. Not paused, cancelled. You can always resubscribe. The companies know you probably won't. Here's the compounding version of this whole system. When you do all of this, save first, automate bills, create spending buckets, audit subscriptions, and review your month, you stop making financial decisions based on emotion. Because the decisions are already made, payday is no longer an event. It's just a trigger that kicks off an automated sequence. Your money moves before you can spend it on things you'll regret. That's freedom. Not having a ton of money. Having a system that means money stops causing you anxiety because you always know exactly where it is and what it's doing. One last thing, set a money date with yourself. Pick one day a month, make it the same day every month, and spend 20 minutes reviewing your numbers. Balance, savings growth, credit score, income versus expenses. 20 minutes. That's it. The guys who build real wealth over time are not smarter than you. They are just more consistent with very basic habits done without fail. Start this month. Start this payday. Do it in the first 24 hours, and your future self, the one with options, with savings, with income that doesn't disappear, will look back at this moment as the one where things actually changed. If this was useful, subscribe to StackSmart. Every week we cover real strategies for building income, managing money, and escaping the paycheck cycle, without the fake guru energy. And if you want to know exactly how to build a $1,000 a month side income from scratch, that video is right here. Watch that next.